I got this far so far.
Right.
Or just a quick peek at what we have since my nap. The water that has built up since my nap. Say puppies. You hear the winds.
Okay. Hi, Sarah. You all right?
Let's
Yeah,
see if I got
been having a migraine all day and dealing with some stuff.
fun.
You look so relaxed there. Seriously.
I got I have a Hungarian. She was a foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
And she, lives in Hungary, and she's a reporter in Hungary. So she had me write something up what life's like living in this before the storm. So I'm in the Euro News paper and the website.
Oh. Interesting.
And then she wants to report if I can some in the midst of, and then some merit. But I'll show you a little bit what we have right now. That's debris all from that tornado, and it took that tree.
Yeah. Wow.
Literally, Dad and I were standing right here in this corner of the lanai.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on. Yeah.
We watched it form right there, and the video did not show what we saw. Like what we saw in real life was way different, way more defined and scary. And
I saw the clouds forming. I saw that part.
You were able to see it better. I just did not think the video did justice like what I saw. I was like, you got to be kidding. And then we, of course, ran in, and this is Dad's bedroom. And we were in the closet in the bedroom. That's the only room in the house that has no outside walls. And it came through and went over the corner of this house. Hit this tree.
Yeah.
Took knocked some of those rocks, and then the neighbor's house. Took their entire lanai, and that is now shifted. Their little porch is shifted. Yeah. And then it took my dad's John boat. He had the John boat pulled all the way up.
Yeah.
And it took it, but it also blew the battery out, which is now its anchor. So it didn't go too far, but it is sitting where the alligators live.
Lord.
I don't want to be the one going.
They're all gonna come out now.
That's how much water we got in the yard.
Oh wow, yeah.
And this is, we haven't even been hit with the hurricane yet. That is coming after dark. So just continue keeping us in prayers. We are supposed to get another band of rain here shortly.
Yeah, sending out the prayers all to Florida. Yeah, it's just too much, and the islands as well. So, yeah.
What?
Girl, I can hear it in your voice that you're talking a little different. Are you having issues?
By the time I made it to the closet, I started to cry. The sound is just something that I didn't know if we were going to make it. We could not close the closet door. My dad stood in front of us and held the door, and I cried and I prayed, and then all my symptoms started, and I got instantaneously started getting tremors in my speech, and just was prayed. And once we heard nothing, Dad went to check, but Carolyn got me a chair to sit down in it, the closet, till I could feel better. And then I took a condiment. I had my purse wrapped around me so that God forbid something worse happened. I have my ID and I have my meds if we would have lost the house or something. And the dogs and Amaya, and so then that was the first time I had a Klonopin in 4 weeks. I did not want to have to take one. I've been trying to avoid taking those, but I thought, okay, no, I'm not going to be good for anybody if I don't have some sort of relaxed mentality. Now, yeah, I did take a nap in between. Like I knew, because contemplated makes you sleepy anyways. Plus, I wore myself out with that, and I wanted to make sure I'm awake after the sun goes down, because that's when the worst is supposed to come. And I hate storms in the dark. Hate them, because well, we won't be able to see tornadoes form like that. Like we won't be able to see that. And they could just come out of nowhere. We have had more tornadoes with this storm than the two since I've lived here in 2003, and all the storms I've been through. It's been by far the worst.
Yeah, it's like, what is it now? So far 2. There's going to be a third one coming, isn't it?
I heard that too. And if Skylar, see, my dad and Kellen are supposed to go to the Keys and leave Sunday. They have a week vacation in the Keys.
Yeah,
you know, that will be granted if power and everything's restored at that point. And I'm supposed to go to my daughter's, which is the place I want her out of, because she is a few streets away from the Calusa-Habitue River, and they can get water into the house. And that's well, I'm not going to stay in a house full of water.
Yeah.
So I worry about her the most. I've cried about it. I'm really scared about it. I really don't want her being in that house.
Take a nice deep breath.
Yeah. Not try to not worry. You're still here. Gonna send our prayers. Just take a deep breath. Okay.
I don't like a family being scattered all over like this. Just leaves room for hard to keep in contact with everybody.
Yeah. That's all right. We're here. We're here.
We're here.
So
don't worry about anything. Just make sure your family is safe. And make sure you're
when the
safe.
worst of it comes, and when the worst comes, through many of the storms I've been in, it's nothing for us to have no cell phone towers, no power for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case and you're trying to get a hold of me, I don't know how. I'll do my best to post and make it one post, just so I'm not constantly getting a hold of tons of people, because sometimes it's just so hard. If you get a signal, you use what you can. So just stay watching.
Don't worry about what's going on. Just worry about yourself right now.
Okay.
You've got us behind you, so don't worry. Okay.
About you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
And tell Dr. Yadira, I'm sorry that I'm not staying. It's just too much going on here for me to have to sit through all that.
I understand. Don't worry.
Right.
Beans. Beans.
You boo.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
We love you.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.
Get in touch with you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Hi, Gemma.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. And I'm probably not going to be talking much because my son will be in bed, and he's not quite in bed yet.
Yeah.
But, so I'll probably just message and stuff.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you want, anybody wants to ask a question, put it on the chats or raise your hands. I'm gonna be on mute when she's when everybody gets a chance to talk to her. Just waiting when she comes on, and hopefully everything goes well. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I can talk a little bit now because he's not actually in bed, but not for long. Although the lady will be coming on in a minute anyway. But if I cut out, it's because I am really tired, and it is like 11:10 at night now. So like,
I know, we're the same time zone, me and you. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. So will this be I'm assuming this will go up on YouTube afterwards. Yeah.
So yeah, just to warn you guys, it is going to be on YouTube. Only
turn my cameras off.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody actually looks at it when they sign in. But yeah, it is on YouTube. Hopefully, yeah. So anybody wants to ask any questions, do feel free to raise your hands and ask it, and she'll answer for you, hopefully. And also, I don't know, what else do you guys want to do right now while we're waiting?
Don't know. Did you get me, because we're not friends on Facebook or anything? I don't know if you get me messages. I sent you the message link to a couple of things we were talking about yesterday. There was a couple of bits of information you wanted, but I don't know if you'll get them. I mean, I've sent them through Messenger, but I don't know if you'll get them if we're not if we're not connected, like friends wise. I'm not sure, so I don't know if you've got the messages.
No, I haven't received any messages yet. Let me find you first. See. I don't want to say it out because it's on YouTube, so I don't want to say it. No. Do you want to just type it in for me privately on the chats? And then, yeah.
Well, that's fine. I mean, if you're okay with it, what I'll do is I'll just add you temporarily, if you prefer, as a friend, and then try and message you that way and see if the messages come through.
Yeah.
It was just for the relevant information because I sent them. And
yeah, definitely. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll try that because again, I wasn't sure if it went through because I don't really tend to talk to people if they're not on my friend list. So I don't know how it works, to be honest.
No, don't worry about it. I'll find you. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Just to double check though. I just need a surname. That's it. That's why I said to check, put it on there. I already know your first.
Oh, right. I get you.
There's so many, and I don't even know which one is which.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to think of how to spell it. There we go.
Yadira's here. Hi.
Hello, hello.
How are you? And
you were having some technical issues over there?
Yeah, there are some, but not. Yeah, everything's good. At the moment, April's not joining us, as you're aware, what's happening down in Florida. So it's gonna be us, and hopefully some more people will join us. So yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and for joining us tonight. And I will keep myself mute. If anybody wants to ask questions, be ready and raise your hands.
Thank you, Bella. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Velasquez. I'm a neurologist who had functional symptoms. I still get them actually in the form of lower back pain. I have dedicated my life and my career to understanding the disease and then sharing tools for prevention, for self-healing, for flourishing in life despite having a body that is a little bit more sensitive, a nervous system that is a little bit more sensitive than other people to triggers and stressors and challenges and all the bad stuff that's running around out there. So I'm here to share a little bit of my professional and personal knowledge with you and see if I can contribute to your well-being. You can raise your computer hand or your physical hand if you want to share something or have a question. And I would love to see all of your faces, if at least for a moment, including Gemma and Amber, if you're available and willing. And Bella, of course. Okay, and we have a hand up. Molly, nice to see you again.
Hi. Sorry, I'm really ticking right now.
Do you
My question,
wanna talk about it, or do you wanna talk about something else?
I was just gonna ask, what's the rate of the people who either grow out or basically get healed or something out of FND?
Yes, let's see. Two things. I feel that you're asking two things, or that your question could be divided in two categories. One is recovery with the possibility of relapse, right? And the other one is like complete recovery, never, never again relapse. Like growing out of it or recovering it or healing it, but with the possibility of relapse. And then completely healing and never again having it. So I don't think there is a human being that is capable of never having functional symptoms. I think functional symptoms and illnesses, like many other diseases in medicine, happen when the conditions are there for the disease to appear. So yes, people can get healed, people can recover, people can grow out of it, but people can go back if the conditions for the illness are there again. And when we talk about conditions, we talk about the environment, but we also talk about how we handle our own body, how our own body works, is allowed to work, and is treated during life. Because, for example, other illnesses like diabetes, if you eat a lot of sugar, your body will develop diabetes. If you eat a lot of salt, your body will develop hypertension. If you do a lot of the things mistakenly, a lot of the things that can trigger FND, it will come back. Now, in the trials, the healing rate, the recovery rate is very low, is low, is suboptimal. And I think it's not because the body cannot heal. I think the body can. Same way even a bone can heal after a fracture. Even the heart can recover after arrhythmias or malfunctioning. I think the body can recover. The problem is that CBT and physical therapy are not enough, because we have a body, we have a mind, we have emotions, we live inserted in a family and in society. So everything needs to be taken into consideration for healing and for prevention. Yes, maybe physical therapy helps, but if they don't teach you how to prevent falling ill again, the recovery is not going to be sustainable, because the world is very challenging. It's tough to live out there. We have never been exposed to so many stress, because before, when we were monkeys and living in the woods and caves and all that, hey, people were napping all the time. The community was helping. So the amount of stressors now, money, no house, we're alone, like politicians are lying, doctors are confused. It's like, oh my God. So under the right conditions, yes, I believe people can heal. And we can also fall back ill again. Yeah. Your tics became a little bit quieter as you were listening to me. I think your body was liking it.
Just a little. When I get focused, they calm down, but once I start ding ding, that's a new one. Start talking and everything, they come back.
Yes, and that's a normal phenomenon for all functional illnesses. When the mind gets distracted or focused on something else, it's actually one of the techniques that they use in CBT and physical therapy, distraction. So yes, the body eases down and the symptoms ease down, but as soon as the mind is wandering or paying attention to the body and the symptom on the body screams, speaks, tries to get the attention of the mind. Why? Because there is something underneath that needs to be taken care of. So the symptoms are constant alarm sign, like, hey, I'm here. There is energy here. There is something that hasn't been processed. There is some wisdom. There is something that needs to be learned. There is some energy that needs to be released. So is your body, Molly, trying to get, and the subconscious nervous system and the subconscious mind-body connections trying to get the attention of the conscious mind, trying to get your attention and my attention. And maybe one day we can talk a bit more about it, about how to listen for the message. Yeah, little by little. Thank you for your question. Always good questions. Okay. Dragonfly Media and Art Studio.
Hi, I'm Sarah True, a medical massagist.
I don't know if it's you or me, but
what's that?
keep talking.
Yeah,
I was hearing.
you're breaking down. You're breaking down.
I'll be technical. I have Wi-Fi issues, so if it doesn't work out, no worries. I'll questions later.
If it doesn't work out, you can also dial in and call in and don't have the camera, but you can talk on the phone and ask questions over the phone.
Yeah, you could just put the picture. If you put the picture down and just talk, it might help.
Or stopping the video, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that would also
If you
help.
stop the video, then it will help.
Okay. Is that better?
It's kind of robust. I can still hear the robotic.
But I still see your video. I think you haven't turned it off.
Yeah, you need to turn off the video and just put the speaker on only. It works that way.
Okay.
Okay. So
she'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
While Dragonfly comes back.
Anybody else want to talk to? Molly. She's got another question.
I have one more question. How do you tell people like how to handle the seizures or how to handle the symptoms? Because not a lot of people know how to handle it, but
yeah, especially families or friends that don't know how to handle it.
So you're talking about, so how do you tell patients? No, right? It's like the family, the people around the patient, how to deal. This is a great question too. Well, let's see. How should we all human beings to be genuine, to be authentic, to be healthy? How should we all deal with something that we don't know? When we don't know something, right? When we don't understand something. When something is scary or puzzling. So
that's the thing. They're scared. They're scared when we have those symptoms and they don't know how to handle it. And yeah, it can be scary for them, but it's also so scary for us because we're going through it. So yeah.
Yes.
But I understand.
So it's actually, it's actually simple. Let's see, because it's the same. Remember, all human bodies function the same. It's the same way of functioning. Whenever they are seeing something that they don't know or something that is scary, whenever we are as patients, whenever we as getting a stimulus, we're perceiving something that for us is scary or we don't know, we all have what Bella is saying, we all have emotions. We all feel in response emotions. We all have thoughts. And the mind starts making its own interpretations and responses. We all have behavioral responses. We walk away, we turn our faces, right? I don't know. So it's the same for all of us. How are you feeling emotionally? Are you scared? Imagine how it is for me when you turn your face, or I see you, mom, turning your face or walking away or going to work and not talking to me. I see your behavioral response. And then when you do that, my body, I feel sad, or my symptoms get worse because it seems that my body is looking for connection and answers too. So dialogue. Your experience, my experience, let's compare notes. And let's find, because we're all healers, we are all teachers as human beings. So how do we together find what works for both of us? So it would be talking, but really deep, meaningful conversations, which we're not being taught to having them. And they are these deep conversations, they can stir up energy, emotions, like, oh my God, I'm nervous. Like, I don't know how I'm going to talk about that. So we have to also get to know our energy, our emotional responses, our autonomic nervous system, how the heart rate goes up, how the breathing changes, how the muscles tense. And then we have to learn to serve, to navigate the energy. We're navigating our energy, what they call in medical and vasovagal theory, they call it regulation. In somatic experiencing, they call it grounding. It has various names, but we have to have that capacity to navigate our own experience and to also witness the response of the other. They also have to have that capacity, witness, to navigate their own fear responses. So yeah, but the basics is communication. You're also joking. It can be like, oh my God, are my symptoms scaring you? They certainly scare me. Like, I wonder what would be good for my body. Like, it can be light also.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, when you see me, what is your sense? Well, I see you like having memory lapses. I see your eyes going like that. You seem tired. I don't know, go take a nap. Or I see you nervous and shaking. Do you have a stress? I don't know. Good things can come out of conversations with people who care about us.
So basically, communication is the key.
But communication that is emotional, physical, and mental. It has to be all the parts, Okay. To be comprehensive, to touch all the possibilities. Good question.
I think there's one that just left. I'm not sure, but she was just saying that she was feeling dizzy all the time and trouble in walking. So I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Some people feel dizzy, and then I don't know. Is that to do with POTS?
So sorry, my dog. Can you hear her when she's working or no? Wait, let me. Okay, I'll let her out. Let me know if you can hear her. So I'm feeling dizzy all the time and trouble walking. Let's see. I'm gonna have to let my dog out. I cannot hear.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. We all have pets, so yeah.
I don't even know where my cat is right now.
You got your cat,
So,
didn't you?
sorry. So let's see, in medicine, in the science and the art of medicine, one symptom can have dozens of causes.
Yeah.
So this is why the history and the physical examination is so important, especially the history, because we know that in functional symptoms, the physical exam fluctuates a lot, right? There is a lot of this fluctuation in the energy. So the history is so important because it's where we see more consistent patterns that can tell us what's the cause. Why is the brain giving these dizziness signals? Why is the body giving this trouble walking? And the history needs to be an integrative history, touching and investigating emotions linked to the symptoms, thoughts, links, or other cognitive functions linked to symptoms, environmental circumstances linked to symptoms, and other accompanying symptoms, and of course the fluctuation of symptoms, because how the energy fluctuates from one body part to other body part can also give clues to the origin of it all and what the energy needs to flow out of the system, and to give a wise message of what's needed for more prolonged healing. So
Okay.
it's complicated. Maybe one day we could do one exercise here with the symptom to see a little bit how it's
Cool.
done.
Yeah.
But what I said the previous class, which I think it was last Wednesday, is that whoever is willing to exercise needs to be good on that concept of resources that I shared a little bit last class. Resources of regulation, resources of being, resources give us a little bit of control on the journey of self-investigation.
You're trying, you think you could control one, and then something new pops up. And you can't control that part, and you have to relearn the whole process, the whole thing again.
Yes.
Very difficult.
Yeah. No, most physical functions and autonomic functions and subconscious processes we have no control of. They are automatic programmings and ways of functioning. Thing is that we're so used lately to being on control that the mind, for some reason, it thinks that it can control all the functions of the body and the mind and the subconscious and autonomic nervous system. It doesn't work like that. It will not happen. We can understand the body, the subconscious processes, and we can work with it. We can partner with it, but we cannot forcefully control other parts because the programming doesn't allow that. We're never going to control our heart. We're never going to control our bowel movements. We're never going to control what the subconscious do, but we can understand it and partner with it. Yeah,
that's true. I think Molly's hand was raised.
Yes, I want to give Molly, if it's okay with you, I want to give 5 seconds a chance for other people to participate. And Dragonfly is back.
Back, yeah.
Oh, she left again?
Oh,
I think so.
she left?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
technical problems. Oh, she's back again.
No, she's here. She's
back again, yeah.
Okay. Dragonfly, let us know if you want us to talk. And Amber has now her hand up. And Amber, I would just ask you if okay with you to turn on your camera also. It's much easier for me to provide an answer when I see the person.
Sorry, I'm not able to do a camera right now.
Oh,
Is that okay?
I don't know if it's okay or not. Sometimes I cannot give a good answer without seeing the person, but we can try. We can try. Tell me your question or whatever you want to
It's more
share.
just Yeah, it's more just a comment, not a question. So, it's just that, sorry. Yeah, I really appreciate everything you've been talking about so far. Definitely about like all the regulation stuff and all that. I really appreciate that. But I just did want to ask, like when talking about things like diabetes and hypertension, that because there's so many contributing factors, like I actually have pre-diabetes because of Epstein-Barr virus and genetics and stuff like that, not because of sugar. I actually reversed my pre-diabetes when I could do more movement, and now that I have become more disabled after cancer treatments, I'm not able to do as much movement. It's come back. So it's actually got a lot more to do with movement. I don't eat sugar. I know there's sugar in like fruit and vegetables, but that's like very minimalized as well because I'm aware of that. So like I've worked with a dietitian and such things. The reason I'm saying it is because it can bring up like eating disordered thoughts and such for people when they feel like they are being blamed. And I know that's not necessarily your intention when you're talking about sugar, but it can feel like that to people. And same with the salt, because like I've got heart history through my whole family, so it's not because of salt kind of thing like that I have hypertension. Obviously, it can make it worse for people, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I think a lot of people struggle with that, especially like diabetes. There's a lot of shame and guilt and blame around that for people when it very frequently is not their fault. And even like the reason that people are having so much sugar might be an emotional, psychological reason, and that's also not their fault. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But yeah, thank you for being here and sharing everything you're sharing. Yeah, okay, that's all. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Amber. And no, definitely those are very important comments, and I celebrate your courage speaking up, not only for you and from your center and naming emotions and but also talking for many other people. I heard you generalizing and trying to share other people's perspectives and emotions. So that's courageous and it's kind of you. Um, I mean, you're you're right. You're absolutely right, and it goes back to what I was saying. One illness, one symptom can have dozens of causes in medicine, so it's so complicated. Often when I give examples and I compare to other organic illnesses, I use, let's say, the most common or the most well-known popular knowledge around a disease. It's kind of an analogy to bring an idea across. But yeah, no, don't take it little on my words because it's impossible, right? You're right. It's like the body is so complex. Environmental factors, genetic factors, societal factors, and many things out of our control that how are we cannot be blamed, but uh yeah, sometimes the way we talk, it feels as if the blame is being put in the person. So I totally agree with everything you said, and I thank you for that. Okay, Dragonfly. Are you able to talk and willing or not anymore?
I don't know if it's working now, but
It seems to be working.
Okay. Don't move. Which is hard for somebody that has FND. So I have had trouble getting physical therapy, and I also posted in the chat about mast cell activation. Those are like the two main issues that I've been having right now. I'm trying to get more PT and I keep getting denied. I lost my apartment when this all transpired. And because of that, I wasn't able to receive more physical therapy after being in the hospital for 2 weeks. I needed, 30 days, with assisted, assistance. Why are they using conversion disorder? It is so outdated. And that is why they're denying my, case and physical therapy. It's kind of frustrating.
Yes, you're talking about a systemic problem with the healthcare system, and it's something that needs to be targeted at an institutional level. But of course, you are powerful because you are a client, you're a customer of that institution. So you have power bringing this to the attention of, but you have to like aim higher. CEO, CFO, clinical directors, chief of departments, medical directors, etc. But yes, complain.
Okay.
And you see, you can threaten them with taking legal actions to make sure, I don't know, the healthcare system and nomenclature is changed, or that they get social workers that can help you, and see if you have, right, the emotional energy, the drive to do a little bit of that. A lot of the time we feel anger and frustration, and when we connect to that anger and frustration and other negative emotion derived from the systemic problems, we can come up with the actions, the ideas to change the system, to complain, and we can channel that energy, of that heavy energy, negative energy of anger, frustration, and others, in something that could actually bring about change. And a lot of the time it makes us better to channel that energy. And we don't have to scream, we don't have to offend. We breathe through, we write an email, we breathe through and we make a phone call. We breathe through, and in the office, we ask to talk to the supervisor, and we ask, and little by little, and we have fun, and we laugh, and we walk outside and we say, we did it. And little by little, you find a community, you find other people that are willing to partner up in talking about the problems in the system and how to change the system.
Okay.
Yeah. And with my educational courses, this is what I try to do, to give you the knowledge to start being an advocate for yourselves, because, what is it? In the union, we find power. Stronger, like together we're stronger than leather, something like that.
Do you do anything with NORD? NORD is rare disorder organization.
You see, functional illness is not a rare disorder, right? It's a very common disorder. And that's where I'm focusing mainly now. So no, I'm currently not working with rare diseases, but I bet there are some rare diseases out there that could be considered functional in nature, if we look carefully. But I'm currently not looking into that, but I could. I just need collaborators. I cannot do everything by myself.
It's an organization that advocates for any type of, disease or disorders, rare disorders.
I know NORD. I know NORD, but no, I am not collaborating with them because, again, functional illnesses is FND is one of the commonest diseases. So, but again, I bet some rare diseases could be functional in nature if we look carefully. So maybe in the future we could find some common pathways there. Let us think about it. Okay, I can only do 30 minutes of these conversations because my schedule is so packed that I am not going to be able to do more than 30 minutes.
Yadira, there's one question. It's on the chats. They want to ask. I can't look at it. Hold on.
The question from Gemma, do you want me to read it? Maybe easier for me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. What would a patient need to say to you as a neurologist? What would a patient need to say to you as a neurologist to open communication between you and the patient for possibilities? I have tests such an MRI. That's complex. It depends on the symptomatology, on the physical exam, if an MRI is indicated or no. There are thousands of possibilities, various possible combinations, so I won't be able to provide an answer there. No, I have had only one CT scan to check for a stroke and nothing else to make sure there is no issues with my actual brain, spine, or nervous system. I would share your concerns with the doctor. It seems that you're concerned that there could be something else and you want more testing. So share your real concern, your thoughts, your emotions, your experience. How would having an MRI or more testing make you feel? How not having it is making you feel? So have a real honest conversation. I want to take Molly's question too quickly before I head out. Molly, quickly. And I'm sorry.
My question was about earlier. How is Tourette's connected to FND?
Yes, well, yeah. So Tourette's, it has a bit more of a genetic component. It has certain, I'm not a movement disorder specialist, so it has certain characteristics that differentiate it from functional symptoms, but they both have a big functional component. Because Tourette, also you get an MRI and there is no sign of abnormal brain tissue. Tourette is not organic. It's largely functional. And it has actually many type of movements similar to the ones that we see in functional movement disorders. So there is a tremendous functional overlap, and there are some subtle differences between Tourette's and FND. So there is definitely a connection there. This is another good question. I gotta go. It is such a pleasure to always be here. You have great questions. I love talking to you. Forgive me, if I say something that it's kind of annoying to you. I have my own imperfections and my own misperceptions, and this is why this work is done together.
A pleasure. Huh? Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you here. We could ask you anything because most doctors, most neurologists, they don't listen.
Yeah, I know.
So it's been a pleasure having you here all the time. So yeah,
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We do the learning. We always do it together. So maybe I'll be back next week. Let's try.
Process. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Everybody gone? All right.
Just a normal 5 that stays on.
So we're gonna go down to turning off the YouTube and go private. But anybody on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and I don't know what else to say here. Molly, could you help me out here?
If you have any questions, please comment down your questions. And if you do have FND and you wish to come and support us, check out FND WAVES on Facebook.
That's it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go down to closing the YouTube. Bye, guys. Sorry, God.